Hey, your viewers and viewresses, my name is General Red Strategist and welcome back to So You Being Hunted, episode 419, ladies and gentlemen. So, we're here, of course, on this map that we just started. We're just doing a bog standard playthrough of the game, so I can take a look at all the different biomes and all their splendiferous 1.5 updated graphical glory and all that. So we cleared the centre island, which is pretty good. We're just going to select a direction at random. Hope you don't get motion sick, folks. We're going north, because why the hell not? I basically ended up just facing the same direction I was initially. I just did a full 360 several times. But hope you're enjoying, of course, the So You Being Hunted series as always, and that you're getting to grips, of course, now with update 1.5 and all that. People have sometimes asked for me to give maybe like a concise and sort of fairly complete overview of what's actually new in 1.5. So, you know, the thing is, there's a lot of little sort of technical stuff which I can't sort of remember off the top of my head because mainly it's all to do with bug fixing, things like that. But, you know, if you want a summary, really, of what the key updates in 1.5 actually are, namely it is the updated graphics that have been made a bit crisper. It's also the fact, like I say, that a load of bugs have been fixed in the game, and the other thing is that multiplayer has now been revitalised. So there's two official servers. You've got an EU server and a North American server. I can't remember whether Den of Thieves actually said they were possibly planning on implementing more servers in due course, but who knows? I'm not entirely certain. But you know, you can sort of run your own private servers now using software like Docker, things like that. So those are really the main things with the 1.5 update to So You Being Hunted. I'd be curious though to know actually if Den of Thieves are planning on doing any other updates to the game, or if maybe they're just sort of focused on the reinvented edition for now, which is coming out in February. At least that's the estimated date, which will be good. Alright, let us head off to the north. Man, if there's one thing I will say though, you know, I know this is probably such a small thing, but I really love the updated water graphics in So You Being Hunted. I mean, just look at it. It does look a lot better than what it did look like. I mean, what it looked like, you know, prior to update 1.5 was okay. It was decent enough. But now, I don't know, it just looks sort of sparklier and clearer, and it's got more reflectivity, and I just really like it. Ooh, device piece straight over there, straight off the bat, and it's unguarded by the looks of it. Well, that's a good start, actually, now that we're here on the North Island. It means we don't have to look too hard. So we'll be taking a look, of course, at the aesthetic of this island in the new graphics. Now, of course, whilst we're doing that, you know, little bits of news here on the channel. As of when I should record this, Brothers in Arms Earned in Blood, a new playthrough on the channel, has just started. So we're playing the next in that franchise at the moment. We're already off to a good start in there. That's great. As I've probably said in previous episodes, once I've completed that one, I probably will move on to Hell's Highway, which is the third instalment in the franchise, third and final. If not straight after Earned in Blood, it'll be soon after, depending on how I feel, what game I want to play next and all that. Let's follow this wisp over here. Oh god, wow, we found the second device piece already, and that other wisp was going up over the hill. Damn, alright. There's a couple of guys down there. I wonder if we could... well, we've only got an alarm clock actually here, haven't we? Which is not ideal. They've got a little cottage over there that they're messing around at, but there's not really much else, is there? Man, this feels like I could end up clearing this island in a bit of a record time at this rate. Alright, hang on. Maybe what I could do, actually, is get this clock down here. I could loop around, get the device piece, and then, because it will also probably draw the guys from the cottage, I could probably go to the cottage as well and just check out what's in that door, if there's any useful equipment or whatever. Yeah, so that's the plan, ladies and gentlemen. But at the same time, as of when, you know, I record this, not only has Brothers in Arms Earned in Blood just started, but on top of that, I've also been recording a lot of Salt episodes recently, just on my own, in my own time, by way of bonus content here on the channel. And I probably will be releasing a bonus episode of that this same afternoon as of when I record that. So that'll be episode 6 of Salt, that will. Which will be great. Because Salt is one of those games which, you know, I only have been playing it on occasions when it, during collab recording sessions with Phil, whenever we'll decide our big sort of selection of games, whenever we'll decide basically picks it out. Okay, there's a map in there, but nothing really else. That's fine. But yeah, it's one of those games because it's I do like survival games. I like to play them from time to time. I liked Raft, The Forest, things like that, and Salt was another one which I kind of really wanted to play more and more of, and so I decided to do that. I went and I actually block recorded quite a few bonus episodes of it. I've got like episodes 6 to 10 pre-recorded as when I as of this moment in essence, and it's been great, because the thing is, at first when I was playing Salt, right, I was sort of having one of those moments where I was sort of sailing from island to island, but I was sailing around kind of aimlessly, and I didn't really know what I was doing too much. And as a result, by about episode 3 or 4, I was kind of thinking, okay, where are we going with this game? Where's this game ultimately leading to? I.e., what's the end goal that we're reaching here, or is there more to it than just sailing around gathering resources? But then, of course, come episode 5, I think it was, I basically figured out the navigation system in the game, where you use the compass, the maps, and the sextant in order to find your way around. And that proved so much more helpful, because it means that now I can sort of navigate my way around that game, locating the actual interesting stuff. And of course the beauty of that now means I can go and search for maps, or I can search for the coordinates that are listed on the maps that I've been gathering. I can talk to NPCs and they sometimes give you coordinates, so I can go searching for treasure, things like that. And so it just feels like, I'm starting to make more and more progress in that game. So it feels like the pace is picking up, in essence, which is really good. So yeah, hope you'll be seeing more and more of that on the channel in due course. Because really my aim in that game is to essentially get one of the big pirate ships. Because that's the thing, like, that game is all about pirates, it's all about sailing. And you can find things like schematics for pirate ships, or you can sort of find ones that are already in your crafting system. It's just a matter of gathering the resources, all the stuff that you would need for actually building one. So yeah, I mean, I'm doing well on that one, and like I say, you'll see more episodes of that coming out over time, and hopefully it should be fairly enjoyable to watch. That's the thing though about survival games. I must say, of all the survival games I've played on the channel, I think Raft is probably my favourite that I've played, just because it feels like, I don't know, everything about Raft I just found really smooth, and I just thought the pacing was just right, and there was something about Raft which, with the resource gathering, I just couldn't help myself. I just found it really enjoyable. It was just one of those games that kept reeling me in and making me gather more and more stuff. And of course then when you do the storyline stuff in Raft, it gets really interesting, because you find all kinds of stuff in terms of like sites, various places that you can go, things you can see, and whatever else have you. So it's really, really good, and just I really enjoyed it. And other survival games I've played, obviously like The Forest, that was also a good one. Especially the thing about The Forest though is that The Forest is good. It does take a bit of grinding though, because you do obviously have to go to the caves, you have to find all your gear that you need in order to get to the end point, assuming you want to go for the end point, of course, that is, which, not everyone necessarily will, but I do sometimes like with these survival games trying to get to the end point where the story starts coming together, because that just makes things more interesting. And yeah, the other survival game which I actually have not played on this channel in a long time would be The Long Dark. Me and Phil occasionally did episodes on that. The only problem I have with The Long Dark is that it's very challenging, and it takes the sort of grindy elements, say, of like The Forest, and just really ups them to the max. It gives you like so many things you have to just watch out for. And so that's the only thing I'll say about The Long Dark. It's probably the reason really why I just haven't played that much of it. Because, yeah, it's one of those games that I don't think is really aimed for like casual gamers. Because here's the thing about me, right? Admittedly, I am a bit of a filthy casual from time to time. Oh god, dangerous. seriously dangerous. Shit. I'm wondering if I could sneak up on this device piece and collect it without any of them seeing me. Oh god. Risky. I don't actually have a weapon or anything, do I? Hey, how you doing, guys? I mean, I'm practically invisible here.
What is that?
Okay, never mind. You saw me.
Danger. Possible danger.
Oh god. Ow! Oh, this is bad. Shit, take it. Quick, heal up. Get rocks between me and them. Oh my god, have they actually lost me? Holy shit. Oh! No, they haven't lost me at all. That was a very dangerous move on my part, that was. A ballsy move, though, but a freaking dangerous one. How did I survive that? They did so much damage to me when they shot me there, because obviously they were right up close to me. I got hit by both barrels at once. All that buckshot straight to the face. Wow. But I've cleared out this North Island pretty quickly, though, haven't I? Oh, I've got a freaking toy train. Why did I not think to use that, actually? Well, that's how baller Red gets, ladies and gentlemen. He's become the Sir You're Being Hunted Pro and all that. And it's great stuff. Alright. Okay. We'll slowly probably... No, actually, let's have a look at the Priory over here. I said we'll probably start making our way back towards the jetty, but having said that, I don't know, we could probably go for a few more minutes and just explore around, take a look at a few of these landmarks in the crisp 1.5 graphics. So here's your big priory, or ruin of a priory, rather, which is fantastic. It's right there. It looks actually quite good, doesn't it, in the updated graphics. I really, really like that. Reminds me, when I used to live back up north, I can remember going to an old ruined abbey. Was it like Bolton Abbey, somewhere like that, back in the day? Because the thing is, in the UK, you'll find things like this in certain areas. Because, of course, you know, when it comes to English history and all that, you'll probably think of, you know, periods like the Reformation, things that happened under Henry VIII, stuff like that, when... Because, of course, Henry VIII, when he originally wanted to divorce Catherine of Aragon, he... originally wasn't allowed to, because obviously the Pope said no, because Catholicism at that time was not particularly keen on divorce. And so, of course, eventually his solution to that was, well, fuck Catholicism, I'm going to invent my own, I'm just going to make my own church, basically. I'm going to call it the Church of England. And that's what he did, and he divorced her. But, of course, you know, at the time, it was pretty controversial, that decision to do that. And so the Pope, you know, was just a little pissed off about it. And of course, what Henry did to essentially try and ensure that he wouldn't have any Catholic enemies within England, the Reformation occurred, and there were periods throughout English history when Catholics would be persecuted. And there were periods where Catholic monasteries, convents, things like that, abbeys, were basically looted and torn down. And so you will find ruins of them in parts of the UK. There's another graveyard here, but no actual church. Huh. That's really peculiar. I feel like I've maybe staggered into a bit of a bug or something in my game where for some reason the churches haven't... Well, at least they're not visible for some reason. That's really strange. I'll have to ferry that one on over to Den of Thieves. Just recommend that they look into it. Because there might be something there that they just need to tweak. That's a beauty, though. You know, if ever you want to report bugs and things to Den of Thieves, best way to do it, like I say, is via the Steam community, the Steam forum pages for Sir You're Being Hunted, because that way they'll keep a check on it, and they'll hopefully, you know, make a note of what you said, and they'll look into doing it. That's the thing, you know, Den of Thieves have done a real good job on updating this game, and from what I've seen, they are very much committed to actually improving the game and working on it. So, yeah, I'll probably just ferry that one over to them. In fact, having said that, Yuang probably actually will be watching these videos. He'll probably see these invisible churches and will be like, oh, hang on, that needs fixing. So he'll probably ferry that on himself. But yeah, okay, right. We're slowly making our way back towards the jetty, which is good. I think we're recording for a decent amount of time there. Probably enough for an episode, you know. Which will be fantastic. Man, and I also gave you a little bit of a history lesson there, talking about ruined abbeys and things like that in the UK. The freaking Reformation and whatever else have you. Church of England, Henry VIII. That's all you need to know, ladies and gentlemen. You know, funny thing about English history is that I remember doing bits and bits of it in primary school, and history, of course, is one of my big subjects. I always love history. But when I was a lot younger, I always used to think that I wasn't really interested in those periods of history. But as I've got older, I think I'm more interested in learning more about them. Because that's the thing. I think, you know, when it comes to teaching children history, I think you've got to pick your topics and time periods really well. You've got to get ones that are really engaging. And sometimes I think English history can be a bit nitty-gritty, so to speak, you know, with lots of like details about kings and queens and things that they did, acts they passed and things like this, which can get very heavy and a bit dry and dusty. Oh, got gas coming up from my tea. So that's what you got to watch out for and all that. And I think then, you know, after you've kind of passed a certain age, then I think probably bringing in the really nitty-gritty sort of history, that's probably when people would be more interested in it. Because that's the thing, you know, history is one of those subjects which, if you don't have a good teacher, it can become very dry, it can become very boring. But if you have a good teacher who can really bring it to life, then that's what you need. So, yeah, a little hint for any wannabe teachers out there who are thinking about going into history. Always think about your lesson plans and how you can make the subject exciting. It's always worth thinking about and all that. Okay, right, we are closing back in on the standing stones. We've had a real wide-ranging conversation today, haven't we? Or at least I have. A one-sided conversation, as usual. Alright, so whilst I get to the standing stones, I will wrap up here as I put these device pieces into place. So, I hope you enjoyed that, ladies and gentlemen. We cleared out the North Island. We got to take a look at what the mountain biome looks like in 1.5 updated graphics and all that. So, I hope you'll join me for the next part, which will be episode 420 Blaze It, ladies and gentlemen, where we'll continue on to another island and we'll see if we can get those device pieces in record time. Okay, so Facebook and Twitter links down below, along with the link to my propagandist channel for anyone interested. And if you enjoyed, don't forget, you know, do leave a like. It's always much appreciated. Other than that, goodbye, everybody. Oh, that is a fucking Sturmgeschütz over there. Just as well I didn't bring the tank forward. Oh god. Watch it, boys. Get behind that fucking cover, maybe. Oh no, actually. Doesn't fire on those things. Oh god. Right, let me just draw the fucking Sturmgeschütz and I'll get on the back of it. As you do. Shit. That's gonna hurt. Right, he's out. Get him. Hold on. We can do this. We can do this. We can do this. We can do this. Hold it. Hold it. Hold it. Right. Get that fucking bomb in there. That's the stuff. Just keep circling it as you do. Right, let me off. Back to cover. Oh god, don't get stuck. Right, tank's out. That's the good news.